Good evening, everybody. So let us start our program. Dr. Chinni Simon, you just go ahead with your program. You please unmute yourself.
Okay, okay, sir. Am I audible, sir?
You are audible.
Okay, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all. A hearty welcome to the third session of WCOP 3 months training program on school counseling. A hearty welcome to WCOP Chief Patron Professor P.V. Ramurthy Garu, Chief Patron and Chairman Professor Girishwar Mishra, the resource person Professor Vedagiri Ganeshan, Patron Professor R.N. Singh, Chairperson of today's session Professor Madhurima Pradhan, Chief Guest of today's session Dr. S.T.V. Ramana, DEO PVP Manyam District of Andhra Pradesh. Special invitees Professor Nutan Kumar Yastingam and Sri D. Murthy, the President of Rotary Club. I also extend my warm welcome to our coordinator, Dr. Ashok, WCO President Professor B.G. Reddy, General Secretary Professor R. Subhashni, and Treasurer Professor V. Suresh, all the executive committee members, the co-committee members, and the participants of today's session. I would now request our chairperson, Professor Madhurima Pradhan, to address the gathering. And before she actually addresses, a word about our professor.
Thank you very much, Dr. Cindy Simon.
Just a minute, ma'am, please. I would like to introduce about you.
Okay, please. Carry on. Please.
Professor Madhurima Pradhan completed her PhD in personal and interpersonal modifiers of stress and burst out from Lucknow University in 1994. She worked as a junior project fellow and principal investigator for NCRT, as lecturer and academic counselor for IGNOU, as reader and associate professor and professor in the University of Lucknow. She has got membership in Indian Science Congress Association of India, National Academy of Psychology Lucknow, Lucknow Management Association, Kabir Peace Association, and Bharatiya Counseling Psychology Association. She is also the Joint Secretary of Community Psychology Association of India and Executive Committee member of Manisha Mandir and Prachi Psychocultural Research Association. She is also a Vice President of the UP State Chapter, National Association of Palliative Care for Ayush and Integrated Medicine. Coming to the awards, she received award by Mayor under award Kishan Betian, Governor's Award for developing a tool of spirituality for palliative care, and Governor's Gold Medal for excellent performance in B.Ed exams. As a resource person, as a guest lecturer, and at national and international levels, she organized various programs under various organizations like UGC, HRDC, NCRT, and staff academic colleges of Lucknow and Gorakhpur. Present, she is a member. She has presented a number of papers and delivered a number of lectures in seminars and conferences at national level. We are proud to have you, ma'am, in our midst today, and I request you to address the gathering now.
Very good evening to all, and thank you, Dr. Cindy, for introducing me. And I must congratulate the president of
WCOP.
Ma'am,
Madhurima, please.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I must congratulate the president of WCOP, Professor B.G. Reddy, and for organizing this 3 months training program for school counseling. I'm honored to be a part of this program, and the chief patron, Professor Girishwar Mishra ji, Professor P.V. Ramamurthy ji, and the patron, Professor R.N. Singh, Professor V. Ganeshan ji, and the chief guest of the program, Dr. S.D.V. Ramana, and all the team members of WCOP for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this 3 months training program for school counseling. So as we all know that our students in the changing scenario of COVID-19 specifically, and the world in which the people are living, that is a virtual world, there is a lot of crisis which people are facing. Not only our students, but all the stakeholders, our teachers and our parents, all are facing various problems. So there's a great challenge before the stakeholders to build the resilience among our students, how to cope up with this changing scenario, and how to find something in that is certain in such uncertain time. And there are a lot of challenges, specifically the generation gap, which the teachers, the parents with the students and their awards are facing. Earlier, we talked about the generation gap after 10 years or so, but these days we are finding the generation gap between the 5 years span also. It's a great challenge how to nurture our students. Parents are having challenges how to nurture their wards to become resilient in this changing scenario. So it's a great step. The students of psychology, although they might have been completed their PG program, but the skills which is necessary for counseling the students is still required. So if this program is successful in keeping the students in developing their own skills of providing counseling to our students, it will be a great achievement, because there's a great dearth of trained counselors at present. And at the university level, I find that although I'm the director of counseling and guidance cell, there are 10 coordinators, but still there is a dearth of trained counselors, because students are facing many problems related to anxiety, depression, academic related problems. So we have to make all efforts to train counselors for providing support and handhold them to become resilient and to become develop a good citizen, and so that they may smoothly sail to the challenges of their lives. So I must congratulate all the team members of WCOP for organizing this training program, and my all good wishes are with the team members. And thank you for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to express my views. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for telling us the need of counseling program at school level. Thank you very much. Now, I would request our chief guest, Dr. S.D.V. Ramana, the District Educational Officer, PVP Manyam District, AP, to speak a few words. And before he actually speaks, I would like to introduce him to you. He is a senior faculty of School Education Department, and he worked in IASC, SCRT, AP, and DIT colleges. He guided many research scholars in MPhil and PhD. He had written many books for PEd and MEd courses, and at present he is working as the District Educational Officer, PVP Manyam District, the newly formed district of Andhra Pradesh. Sir, I would cordially invite you to speak a few words addressing the gathering.
Good evening all. Namaskar. Counseling is very essential nowadays, because there are so many issues, not only because of pandemic and all. Substandard educational institutions, they are not providing proper teacher training in institutions. That is one important. Second one is counseling is very important because of bad serials, every day relaying TV. The mothers, when boy comes to house, he is not able to invite by his mother or the surroundings. That has to be counseled immediately. Next one, small families. Previously, we used to have big families and other members used to take care of the child, though the mother and other people are busy with various works. So many other issues are there. First of all, the teacher education institution should be revamped, restructured. That is very essential because I have got around 30 years of teaching experience. Nowadays, teachers are coming where no other opportunities are available. That should not be the criteria. And the government also, various governments also not giving proper care about the teacher education institutions. And the teachers, those are coming out of the teacher education institutions, are ill-trained, not able to know the concepts of teaching, and they are not able to provide proper teaching in the classroom. So another important thing is medium of instruction. When they are put into the other medium, foreign language, the people are facing very difficult to learn. These are the very important issues to be taken care of. If I start discussing all these things, I may take more time. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. As a teacher educator, as a DEO, I am facing so much of problems in tribal areas because there are certain GOs, tribal teachers should be appointed in tribal areas. So blind men leading the blind men is also one of the criteria in tribal areas. So thank you very much, madam. Thank you, Govind Reddy Garu, for inviting me for this golden opportunity of seeing you all elite people. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you very much, sir. You have enlightened us with the present day problems, the burning problems, which are running in the educational department. Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to invite our special invitee, Professor Nutan Kumar S. Tingujam, to speak a few words addressing the gathering. Professor Nutan Kumar S. Tingujam has done his PhD in psychology from Pune University. While working as assistant professor in Pune University, he conducted training programs for senior level bank employees at RBI College and for Indian Army at the Institute of National Integration. He also worked as a Dean of School of Human Sciences at Sikkim Central University. At present, he is working as the professor and head of the department in the Department of Psychology at Tripura University, Agartala. He studied emotion recognition, emotion regulation, and emotional intelligence, and published many papers and articles in various journals at the national and international levels. Such a learned person you are, sir. We are very, very happy to have you in our midst, and I request you now to address the gathering.
Yeah, Dr. Chinni Simon, Nitin Kumar Tingujam, it seems he has not just joined. So kindly go ahead.
Okay, sir. Now, the hour has come for us to enter into the actual training program. I request our resource person, Professor V. Ganeshan, sir, who needs no introduction. So, sir, I would request you to please hand over to take over the session and lead the session. Ganeshan, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Reddy, and thank you, Dr. Chinni Simon. And nice to meet all the senior members. So, as I have told, somebody can start with a problem behavior. Please come. Problem student behavior. or parent behavior or teacher behavior? Yes. Yes, Dr. Durga Bhavani.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Sir, yeah, sir. Sir, I have a problem like a child with 12-year-old girl child, and she's
Okay.
very bright in studies. Her father
Okay.
works in abroad, and mother is a working woman, and she also has
Okay.
household issues also to handle. She was a very bright and very like obedient and very good child. Recently, the mother has raised an issue that her daughter is not talking much with her and not freely moving with her like before.
Okay.
And then recently, father has come from abroad, and she's behaving in the
Okay.
same way with the father also. So she's not able to, like, she's not mingling with them. She's not speaking much with them. She's sitting alone, and she prefers to read novels and all. She's always preferring to read novels and not giving, like, not mingling with the parents also. But we could see in the school she's able to mingle with all her friends usually.
Okay. Is the mother using authoritarian style of child rearing because she is alone and father is not there? Is the mother using authoritarian child rearing skills? Please check.
So, yes, yes,
And
sir.
in that case, the child will get alienated. And father is absent. So when he arrives as a visiting father, naturally she will not be able to emotionally relate to the father also. So father also should try to befriend the girl when he comes and he has to come and play with the child. The mother should also play with the child. So my recommendation is make the mother and father to play with the child. That will bring the distance, emotional distance closer. So this is a behavioral prescription.
Thank you, sir.
Try that and then you can come back to me
Yes, sir.
and you
Yes.
can contact me over phone also. My number is there with Professor Reddy.
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome. Next. I would request the participants to come with a human behavior problem of the student or the parents or even teachers. So that it's human. Please.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
I'm Shahina, sir.
Okay.
So,
Switch on the
so,
video.
so,
I am not able to see you.
so if I switch on the video, the signal will be weak. I'll switch on, sir, definitely.
Okay.
So here, 9 years old girl, sir.
Okay.
She's extremely shy, and
Okay.
she is unable to talk to her classmates even, and is
Okay.
unable to make friends also. She sits
Okay.
alone in the class and
Okay.
feels low in self-confidence. She doesn't have any self-confidence.
Okay. Is she participating in any games or sports?
No, sir, she doesn't participate in any game.
Yeah. Have you talked to the parents about the problem?
No, sir.
because the parents may be causing this shyness. If
Acha.
she is opened by the parents,
So,
she will be afraid of the teachers or anybody else. So
So-
whenever you give a counseling, when the
So-
child you think is having problem, you should also talk to the parents and find out the family climate and how they treat the child and how the child is relating to the parents in the first place.
So-
Okay.
So-
So counseling a student involves counseling the parents also.
parents also.
So you can try that and then come back with more
Sure, sir.
details.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
sir.
Welcome. Yes, someone else? What about Supriya Devi or Lakshmi Tiwari?
Sir, some problems are already shared in the group. Can I read them, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir. I'll read the next problem, sir. This is the question from Dasha Gaud. A boy of 10 years old addicted to TV and thereafter to mobile. His eyes are erected and no movements, and he also have lot of irritation. If we take away the mobile, he tries to jump from the building. After a struggle, parents purchased a cycle. Now he's playing with his friends, but eyes are in the same condition and irritation also. If ask him to go slowly, he will throw the cycle and shout at us. Please suggest solution for this problem. This is question from Dasha Gaud, sir.
Okay. Yes, Dr. Gaur. Tell me, how
Sir,
is the
good evening, sir.
relationship?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I am Dasha Gaur, sir. Just now, madam has represented the problem, sir.
Okay.
Sir, that is the problem, sir. Kindly suggest me, sir.
Yes. Now, have you talked to the parents of the child and what is happening at the family? How do they handle the child?
He's getting a lot of irritation. Even to parents also, he is getting irritated.
You mean the child is hyperactive?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the major problem according to you? Is it hyperactivity or watching the cell?
Hyperactivity only, sir. But they have contacted this ophthalmologist, eye specialist only. They have contacted, sir.
Okay.
They have contacted neither psychologist or like that.
Okay. Okay. What is the problem with the eye?
Eyes are erected, sir. There is no movement in muscles, sir. Just seeing us straight. No movement. He cannot see straight. He has to move his head to see us. Side like that.
So eye is all right.
Yes, sir. He
Okay.
is able to see, sir, but the eyeballs are not moving, sir.
Are not?
Moving, sir. Moving. They are not moving.
Okay. Staring. There is a staring. Okay.
Sir.
Now, what is the recommendation of the ophthalmologist?
Sir, they given some farmers, sir. Some medicines they have suggested for this glasses. Thereafter, they have not taking any interest in the case, sir.
Yeah. Power glasses are given.
Yes, sir.
What is the power?
Sir, actually, I have not gone through. Sir.
Yeah, you have to find out what is the power,
Yes, sir.
whether it
Yes,
is minus or plus.
yes, sir.
That is one thing. Okay. The age of the child is it, what is the age of the child?
10 years, sir.
10 years, fifth standard. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Must be fifth standard. Okay.
Sir.
Can you recommend for the child to play in some activity, physical activity?
Actually, sir, he is cycling daily evening or morning, sir. But at that time also, even cycling time also, if we ask him go slowly, then he will throw and shout at us. Sir.
What I am suggesting is,
Sir.
if the flood comes,
Sir.
if the flood comes, it straight goes to the sea.
Sir.
But if you channelize the flood, you can do agriculture, horticulture, forestry.
Sir.
So the hyperactivity of a child or even an adolescent or an adult, what is required is channelization. So how to channelize physical energy? There are quite a few training programs.
Sir.
Okay. It may be one is dancing, another is games, whatever game the child likes. Okay. Then dance. Dancing is there, sports are there,
Sir.
self-defense activity is there like karate, judo, kung fu. Then the physical activity is shaped into a skill.
Sir.
Okay. Especially in the West, what they do is they ask the child to enroll into some sports activity, either baseball, basketball, dancing, music, okay, playing violin or guitar or whatever. So the child is fully engaged. If it is fully engaged, he develops the skills. Training is given, and the parents abroad are very keen that the child should develop skills. If that is the case, the excessive energy, or what we call as ADHD, gets channelized. And even if the student is a little submissive or dull or lethargic, the child becomes active. So we have to help the child to develop skills. Okay, it may be drawing or painting. So many things are there. And the schools have to encourage that. They should avail, they should be able to give facilities, or at least private agencies can offer. The parents should take.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
Hello.
So develop the extra energy into some skill by undergoing some training by an expert.
Sir.
And that will change the behavior of the child. That's my suggestion.
Sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Welcome. 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 Yes. I'm not able to hear you. Devra said, Dr. Devra Sethi, I'm not able to hear you. Switch on your mic. Your mic is switched off. Switch on your mic. Ask someone to help you. Switch on your mic. Dr. Chinni Simon, ask him to switch on the mic. Or the next person.
Sivakesivalu, sir, please. Hello. Can you hear me? You just unmute yourself, sir.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, now it's audible. Continue.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm Sivakeshavulu. I'm a teacher of recently completed PG psychology, sir. PG in psychology in PG. Sir, I have students who have got addicted to mobile, sir, especially mobile games like PUBG and Free Fire. They are good at academic, apart from non-academic activities. But the thing is, they look dull and depressed while teaching learning activities. So they don't do homework. If at all they are forced, they just copy the answers and show the homeworks. So when I talked to them personally, they said that they got addicted to playing, especially Free Fire, Indian made Free Fire mobile game, and they are struggling to come out of that addiction. And when in parent meeting, I talked to their parents as well. They complained that all the time, in the name of attending classes, they are playing and they don't know what actually they are doing. Parent side, they will be attending classes and reading well, but actually they are playing PUBG game, talking to one another in online with peer groups, and I try to counsel them and participate in sports and games and other activities. Even then, they are struggling to come out, sir. Just they copy the answers, just they sit idly and look depressed, but they get good marks in written skills. They are good at, and oral skills they are lacking and missing, and look out of confidence. How to tackle them, sir? That's my question. Thank you, sir.
Which class they are studying? They are in which class?
9th class, again, 9th class, 8th class, sir.
Okay. And you are telling that they are good in academics. How do you say they are good in academics?
When formative tests and again summative tests in written mode, they are getting good marks. Written skills, they are okay.
How many marks are they are getting?
Out of 20, they are getting 15, 16, 17 around.
Okay. Are they getting it or are they copying?
When I observe,
invigilation is important.
Yes, sir.
Copying. Otherwise,
Yes.
how these guys can get 15 out of 20? So,
Yes, sir.
teacher should be vigilant.
Yes,
That
yes.
is one thing, you do that. Okay. Second thing, if they are not doing the homework, don't give too much homework. Minimal homework. And if they don't do it at home, after coming to the class, ask them to go and sit at the end of the class and complete the homework.
Yes.
Don't punish them. Okay. Give less homework. If they don't complete it, ask them to come to the class, sit and do it within the class, towards the end of the class. Then they are developing the capability to do the homework in the class. Okay.
Yes.
And then this watching the school. Okay, that can be done by the parents only. So you involve the parents. I have already shared one technique. Okay. which you have to talk to the parents. The technique is like that. You ask the child to have a small break. Even if you go for a movie, they give a break, interval, where people can go and have some snacks and come back. Then the film starts. Similarly, ask the child to give a brief break for 1 hour of watching. Give a small break, ask the child. And the child will say, okay, 5 minutes break. That is all right. Ask the parents to monitor this 5 minutes break. Then the brain learns to inhibit what is known as a psychophysiological, psychoneurological arousal. Okay, that is inhibited for 5 minutes or whatever to be told by the child. It is known as the self-declared goal. Ask them to do it for 1 week. Then after that, ask them to ask the child, can you revise this time? Then they will say, okay, 7 minutes or 10 minutes. Okay, do it. It is to be supervised. They can supervise at least for 3 hours with 2-3 breaks. After that, the child will come away from the addiction. That is the technique. So this you have to talk in the parent-teacher meeting, not only to that parent, to all parents we have to give the technique. Okay, in a class, more children may be having this problem. So don't talk to the one parent. Then they will feel guilty that the child is having a problem. So
Generalize
tell the
it.
technique, give it to all parents. Those who want, they can use it. Okay,
Thank you,
that
sir.
is my suggestion.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, next.
Shahina madam, did you ask your question?
Yes.
Yes, sir. I have asked it, sir. Completed, sir. Thank you.
Sir, sir, good evening, sir. This is Sridevi, sir.
Okay. Yes, Dr. Sridevi, tell me.
Sir, how can we help a child who is facing, that means experiencing, that means facing examination fear, sir? Actually, she is 14 years old, sir. Whenever she faces exams, sir, she cries a lot and she gets fever and motions. Physically, she's getting ill health and she cries every day. No, I'm unable to remember all those answers. But after the examination or prior to the examination, she whenever we ask a question, she is unable to answer, sir. But just she feels very anxious to attend the exam, sir. So how
Okay.
can we help that child, sir?
No, she is having an examination phobia, that is irrational fear of exam. It is a neurophysiological problem, psychoneurophysiological problem. Her BP goes up. Okay, and so many things happen, and it has become conditioned to exam. The very word exam itself will trigger, and she will start reacting. Okay, and it is not only for that student. You can give what I am suggesting to all the students in the class, and also tell the parents also to help. Okay, so what is required is, this was used by some PhD scholars who worked under my guidance. The technique is very simple. Okay, on Monday morning, let the child prepare a question paper for a subject, say Telugu. They will prepare a question paper on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, they will refer to the books or notes and prepare the right answers and write it down in a long face notebook. Okay. Then once they write, they have to think that they are going to remember that what they write for their lifetime, whether it is maths or science or language. Then on Thursday, for the same question paper set by them, they will write the answer only from memory without referring to any notes. Okay. On Friday, they will feel as if they are the examiners and correct their papers very strictly first as a strict teacher. If they want to give 5 out of 10, they should not give 5. They should be very stringent. And they should give 4, 3 and a half, 3, like that. They should downplay the number. Then after totaling up, so the total is 40, for example, they should go away, have something to eat and drink and come back. Again, they should value the paper. It's a second valuation where they should feel like a liberal examiner and very lenient, kind and compassionate. Give more and more marks. If they want to even give 5, they can give 7, 7 and a half. Okay. Then find out the total, maybe 80. So the first, the mark was 40. Now it is 80. Added together, it is 120. By 2, it is 60. And the student will feel that that is where they stand. This is for first week. Second week, there will be another paper, another subject. Third week, another subject. And it will go on getting repeated. Okay. And this can be used by all the students, not only examination phobia students. If they have phobia, it will come down. And another thing, their academic performance will improve, automatically improve. The fear of the subject of English or Telugu or mathematics will disappear. Okay, so it is more of a training to face the exam. This method is that you are training them to face the exam. Otherwise, without training, they cannot face the exam because the exams come once in a while. Here, exam comes every week, different subjects. It's a very effective technique which was used for PhD work of some people. And one Narayanan from Kerala has done his PhD on this under my guidance. Okay. And wonderful results have come.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. I want the participants to come regularly for these programs and also come prepared with some questions, some problems to seek solutions from the experts who are addressing. Okay, and attendance is very important. As Professor Reddy has told, 65% attendance is important. 65 or 75, you would have told you. I think 75, okay. Then otherwise they have to compensate by attending other classes and always come with a problem. Okay, whether you get the answer within the time or not, that is different. You should bring a question or problem. Okay. Now, next, we have got another 5 minutes to go.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, go ahead, madam.
Sir, there is a girl, she's 12 years and she's facing a problem as she hasn't given a smartphone, separate smartphone by her parents to use. And all her classmates are using smartphones. They have their Insta accounts, FB accounts, and they are regularly using those things. And as this girl doesn't use her Insta account or FB account, she's called as boring by her friends. And this is what has happened with her from past 4 to 5 times in her class and also in the colony where she stays. And now the girl is getting little upset because of this and continuously asking her mother that is she really boring? So how to handle this problem, sir?
Now, is she bringing the phone to the class?
No, sir. Her parents have not given her a separate phone, so she doesn't have a separate smartphone.
While in the online, during the online corona time, during the online classes also, she was using a laptop, and whatever projects were given, that was she was doing that project with her mother's phone. So she doesn't have a smartphone. And one more thing was told to me by her mother, that she herself isn't interested in using those Insta or FB accounts or this new modern music. So whenever the friends discusses about these things, she's like keeping quiet, or she says that I don't or like all these things. So maybe that is the reason her friends are continuously calling her boring.
Okay. Now, if the friends are calling, you have to call for a parent-teacher meeting and tell the parents to monitor, because as a teacher, you cannot alone handle the problem. You have to involve the parents. Okay. And if the parents are cooperating, then you can help the child. One thing, the child should not be allowed to bring any gadget to the classroom.
Right.
Okay. If it is an online program, parents should also sit with the child and watch what is happening. Because there are some sites which are dangerous. Either they are games or they are porn videos. So you should not allow the child to sit in a room and lock down. The child should sit in a hall so that the parents can go around and watch what is happening. 2-3 hours, the child sits in a closed room and it can watch whatever. And nobody can control that because the porn videos are there. And somebody introduces them to a boy or a girl, then they start watching that. Every other thing is becomes secondary priority. Mathematics or science is not important. It is only entertainment. Okay. So the parents' behavior should be modified. They should keep an eye on the child's behavior. Never ask the child to go to the room. Ask them to sit in a place where the parents can go ahead and watch what is happening, what they are watching. Okay, because for online classes, okay, teacher is not responsible. The parents are responsible, the students are responsible.
Sir, actually, the girl here is not using smartphones. Her friends are using. And while, after the class or after the school, there is a discussion, do you have a Instagram account or Facebook account? And when she says, no, I don't use this. So when she says no, then her friends are like bullying her or mocking at her or calling her boring. कि क्या कौन से लाइफ में तुम जी रहे हो टाइप comments are being passed on her. You are boring, you are boring. Such kind of comments are passed on the little girl. And initially she ignored, but now I felt that she is getting bothered. And sir, it is actually the problem in my neighbor, and the girl stays near my house. And her mother discussed this problem with me.
Okay. Now it is due to peer pressure. This is what is happening.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
So I will ask you to give a drama to all the students. Boys or girls, girls separately, boys separately. Okay. What is peer pressure? And the child should learn to protect itself. Okay.
Yes.
What to do? Choose 4 boys or 4 girls.
Right.
One person is a victim. Other 3 people are the people who are going to tempt the student to watch either smoking or drinking or watching all these things. And they will go on persuading, do it is good for you. The child should resist to that temptation. Okay?
Yes.
For 5 minutes. Next, the victim becomes a person in the group who is tempting. And one of the tempters, the other 3 becomes the victim. So it is repeated. So all the 4 have an opportunity to be a victim and also to tempt. Okay. This is a 4-member group. Similarly, you do it for the whole class of 40. Okay, then the child learns how they are being tempted and how they can resist temptation.
Right.
They develop their stamina, the emotional stamina to withstand temptation and peer pressure. This can be given as a training or a game.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this can be done. Please do that.
Yes, sir. Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Welcome. So, Professor Reddy Garu, can we close
Yeah,
now?
sir. Okay, sir. Well, before closing down,
Yeah.
I request all the participants tomorrow before I think 10 o'clock. Kindly submit the backlog and today's just practical records also. And we are having your own attendance with us. Those who are submitting and those who are not submitting. After 10 o'clock, I will check out who are submitting and who are not submitting. Kindly submit the backlog as well as today's practical records. Now I request Chinni Simon to propose vote of thanks.
Sir, you please give the vote of thanks today on behalf
Right.
of WCOP.
Yeah. So before vote of thanks also, daily the participants, there are 5 people. They are regularly just submitting their problems and getting clarification from our Professor Vedagiri Ganeshan sir. So you are all teachers and are all professionals, and you will be facing a lot of problems. Why you are not able to just present a problem here and seek a solution from the expert? Why you are hesitant to just ask a question, my question to you all. So you are all educated. Moreover, you are all working in educational institutions. There are several problems, multi problems are there. At least, if not open up your problem there, at least in advance, submit your problem to the WCOP training WhatsApp. If not you or somebody will just present a problem. Kindly, so if you are not opening, if you are not submitting, you will be like that only. So what I request you, so this is the platform, this is the occasion, and all these videos is going to the entire world. So make to utilize this platform and get clarification from our beloved professor. I think for next session, you will all be coming with preparedness. Kindly cooperate, kindly just come forward, present your problems and get clarifications from our beloved professor. So I thank, first of all, our trainer sir, Professor Vedagiri Ganeshan sir, and today's chief guest, Ramana Garu, chairperson Madhurima Pradhan from Lucknow University, and another Rotary Club president from Madanapalli Murthy Garu, and this Thingujam from North. Though they have not presented, some technical problem might be there, and other core committee members, Udakar Reddy, Professor Krishnamurthy, and other core committee members, then executive committee members, and all other beloved participants, I extend a warm thanks to you all. Once again, thanks to our coordinators, Professor Ashok, Dr. Chinni Simon, who are taking pains and making the program a grand success. So once again, thank you one and all. Good night.
Good night, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir.